Hey guys, my name is Rebekah Fowlkes and I'm a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus. And something that we get questions on a lot is, well, how do you do an elevator speech? And in the world of network marketing, what we're referring to when we say elevator speech is if you were kind of trapped in the elevator with someone, you had, 15 seconds to give them kind of a spiel on Plexus. What would you say to link them in, to let them know what you do and to kind of pique their interest in Plexus? And so again, we call that our elevator speech. What I found is that I like to ask questions. Another Diamond Ambassador, one of my sweet friends, Andrea Mitchell, talks about being a curious conversationalist, and I love that. I think that that's something that feels a lot more natural to me. Sometimes I hear these elevator speech examples and they turn into, oh my gosh, I work for the most amazing network marketing company and I'm just helping people achieve their health and wellness and wealth dreams every single day as I get to achieve my own. And I feel like people are just going to step back from that and go, oh, good grief. So I kind of call some of that Plexus puking, and that you're just getting it all out so quickly that people just kind of want to run and get away from the sickness. So I would say chill out on that. And instead, just try to kind of have a conversation, to be natural, be genuine, and what you would be doing if you were in any other kind of job. Network marketing does not mean aggressive door-to-door salesman. It just means you're in relationship marketing and you happen to have a product and a business opportunity as well. So for me, I would just say that a lot of times people just naturally say, what do you do? And then I say, oh, I'm in health and wellness. And then typically they'll say, oh, really? So what do you do? And I'll say, oh, I work for a company called Plexus Worldwide. Have you heard of it? And then they may say yes or no, or maybe I make a reference to that pink drink they see on Facebook or something like that. And I just kind of want to engage in a normal, natural conversation and hopefully get them to ask me the questions, because then it's a lot easier and I don't feel like I'm hunting them down to tell them all about Plexus. And a great way to get people to ask you questions is for you to ask questions, because they just naturally respond with the same question. So yeah, being that that person that looks for questions, so that people are saying, yeah, what about you? Sarah Robbins is a big network marketer. If you aren't in the direct sales world, or if you are, you've probably heard her name. She works for Rodan and Fields, and she has a quote that says, talking to people is now what you do for a living, so it must become a part of your lifestyle. The more people you talk to, the faster you'll grow and the farther you'll go in your business. With practice comes confidence, and when your confidence increases, so does your set of odds. And I love that, because I think in the beginning it doesn't feel natural about talking to random people about your products and your what you do. But the good thing is, if it's someone that you've never met before, then maybe you'll never see him again if you just totally bomb it. And you're just working on you're practicing sometimes when you're talking to people. And sometimes you might go, oh gosh, did I just say that out loud? And sometimes you might go, I did okay there. I did okay. I'm good with that. So just be okay talking to people and just be yourself. That just goes so far. Ask a lot of questions and listen when they answer. I've really, really been working on lately when I'm talking to people, really just in life, because sometimes wisdom is just not speaking. So I'm trying to work on a little bit being a little bit more quiet and letting people talk to me. A lot of times people, if they got to talk a lot in the conversation, they're going to feel like they had a great conversation. And so I ask questions and I listen, and that helps me to know either where are they going to fall into line. Victory Antonio is a big direct sales guru and speaker, and he says everyone is going to fall into one of 3 W categories. So the first one is their weight, that they're trying to lose weight. The second would be that they need some help with wellness, and the third would be with their wealth. And so that one of those is going to be an area where they're looking for help. And so as you listen to them and you're taking in, you're not trying to just hurry up and get a turn to talk. Instead, you're listening to what they're saying, and that's going to help you to steer the ship to know where you want this conversation to go. And so with that, ask questions and listen. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, so listen more, and that's going to help you enter into the conversation, engage. Again, don't be just worried about what you're going to say next. Really listen, so that then, this first time that you're talking to someone, it's not about making a sale or closing a sale. It's about building that relationship. It's about getting to know that person. How can you help them? Do they have a need for weight, wellness, or wealth? Or maybe they're just, absolutely the healthiest, wealthiest, skinniest person ever, and they don't need anything. So, you'll figure that out by listening. But this way you're able to kind of personalize what your how you're going to approach this person, and how Plexus or your business is going to appeal to them. But again, this is your sale prep and not necessarily your closing the deal here. But people can really tell when it's all about you versus when you're interested in them, and they can kind of smell that a mile away. Y'all, my hair, that's super windy out here, but you can't hear my children, and that's more important. Okay, so anyway, you're wanting to make sure they know that you're focused on them, that you're also wanting to know the details about them. And then next time, if you can make those mental notes, the more you're engaged in the conversation, the more you're going to remember these, and you can bring them up the next time you're talking. And that makes a big difference to people, that you can sit there and say, hey, I know last time we talked about you were waiting to see if you were going to get this new job. Well, how'd that go? Did you get it? Or maybe one of their kiddos was sick, and you can kind of refer back to that. Whatever it is that is showing that, like, you really are interested in them, and that makes a difference. Think of it as that we're more like farmers and not hunters. You're not out there to make the kill. You're farming it. You're planting seeds and checking back, and then coming back and following and watering it. You're a farmer. You're not a hunter out there just trying to make a same-day kill. Maybe when you're meeting someone, I like to get their social media info instead of handing them a business card, or sometimes I might hand them a business card, but it's a little bit easier if I'll say, hey, can I friend you on Facebook? And then they're able to see what you're putting on Facebook. They're able to see the story that you're telling there. You're getting your products, and that way you're starting a social media relationship with them, because you're probably active, hopefully, on social media for your business, and you're going to have that contact versus it feels a little salesy. I don't think I've ever just called someone up. I mean, they didn't say, hey, will you call me? So that just kind of opens up a little bit easier door for communication and for relationship building. If you can get their social media info and friend them on Facebook, that's really, really great. But just really work on how you're making them feel. There's that quote, people may not remember what you say, but they're really going to always remember how you made them feel. So make sure when they leave that conversation that they felt like you were really interested and engaged and wanting to help them, because you are. And when I say that, it's not because I'm wanting to make a sale. It's because I really do love people. And so becoming just a lover or a studier, an investor in people, that matters, and people can tell when it's genuine and when it's not. So I just kind of pray all the time that I can be someone that loves people well, and I think being able to do that is going to help you in your network marketing business. But those elevator speeches, being able to get into a conversation and ask the right questions and be engaged in the answers that you receive, I think is going to make a big difference. So I hope that helps.